Hey there, welcome in. So we are in Virgo season and this reading is for Virgo. So happy birthday, Virgo. I'm so excited to do your reading. Okay, so Virgo, it's all about the details. Sixth house energy, so health, routine, moving out into the world, being of service, and the energy of what you bring to others. That and so much more is what Virgo represents. So I wanted to first pull a card asking from your spirit guides, those that are watching this video here on YouTube, for a birthday wish. What does the angelic realm and spirit wish for Virgo? A birthday wish for Virgo. And we'll look at that here in just a second. And then we're going to look at, I'm going to do an overall just kind of read looking at Virgo season, the energy of Virgo, what's going on with Virgo, kind of maybe, I don't know, should we say in the next 2-3 months, an energy read for Virgo. So what do we need to know? And welcome in. Thanks for being here. I'm Heather with Heather's Healing. And be sure to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus as well. It might take me a minute to get these up, but it will be there. So overall look at the energy for Virgo for the next few months, maybe even till the end of the year. So happy birthday, Virgo. My best friend is a Virgo. I don't know if she watches these readings or not, but she will know who she is. So happy birthday. All right. Make sure these are all showing up there. Okay, so let's see what we're starting off with. Flexible. I love that. Card number 19 is asking for flexibility. I think that that's a really good message for everyone going forward throughout the rest of this year. The more flexible you can be, the better it will be for the easier a go it will be. So Ace of Pentacles, I love that we have this card starting off the reading here, bringing in the energy of new opportunities, new chance for money. This also feels like a new way of approaching the world. This could be a new way of approaching daily routines even. Yeah, new opportunities of living and being. And that could really go in with that being flexible. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. I don't feel like this is representing your energy, Virgo. This is a person that could be, and it's a manipulative energy. It could even be a little bit of a bullying energy here. It's definitely an energy that will wear you down, wear you out. It's kind of an exhausting energy. We'll see what's going on with that. And we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and this feels more like your energy here, Virgo. This Knight of Pentacles, it's almost like you're seeking something that you're just not quite finding. It's a lack of confidence, it's hesitation, and maybe it's because of this Queen of Wands that this energy is causing enough confusion or just exhausting you enough that it's hard for you to see the way forward, or it's been really difficult to see what the next best step is. So I'll pull some clarifiers on that. Well, let's keep going, and then we'll look at that. And we've got the Nine of Wands here in reverse, which is not the greatest of energy here. This is the sense of wanting to give up, you know, really just being exhausted. And I'm wondering if that's where this flexibility comes in, and also the invitation to approach life from a different standpoint. Maybe you're a caregiver for this Queen of Wands, and it's a responsibility that you can't, you know, easily get out of. Is there another way of approaching that energy? This could be somebody you work with. This could be even a toxic boss. Is there a way of moving? If you can move out of this, away from this person, that would be great. But you might not be able to. So is there a different way of looking at the situation, a different way of handling this person? Are there things that you could do in your life to what's the word, rejuvenate? It's not the word I'm looking for, but replenish. Is there steps that you can take in your life to replenish yourself? It's definitely a need of, well, it's just a need of really needing some rest. Can you ask for some help? Can you call in other people for support? You know, really interesting. And we've got the Tower here. It's interesting to me. A lot of signs have been getting, and a lot of readings I've been doing for people have had similar energies. And I think it's going to become, well, I think it already is, and it's going to become more so, difficult to tolerate intolerable situations. So if you can't get out of that situation, there's definitely a need to look at it different, approach it in a different way, come up with a different game plan, be flexible, and, you know, think out of the box. Because the, you know, the Tower, and it's interesting here because the Tower in reverse, this is, you know, the disaster's already happened. Like, the chaos is over, and this is sort of like the aftermath. But it's also the energy of refusing to let go, or being, it's the energy of being really inflexible and not wanting to. I'm wondering if some Virgos have identified with this energy, whatever this exhaustion, manipulative person is. Have you identified as the victim? Has this way of living has that become the way you identify? Because if so, that could be really hard to separate what is you from this toxic energy here. And, well, and letting go of the story, not identifying with that. This could also be, even though it's an exhausting situation and it's really blocking you from moving forward, and it's blocking you from moving forward, it's also kind of a safety net too, because it's been your excuse for not participating in other places in your life. So I do feel like this is something that, a situation, a way of living really, that needs a new approach. And I feel like over the next, well, from now until the end of the year, I feel like I think new opportunities are going to present themselves to you to help alleviate some of this exhaustion and overwhelm. But it's going to require flexibility on your part to be open to it, and to maybe say yes to receiving this. It feels like help that's coming in. And I think that when this energy comes in, this person, this whatever this is that is coming in to assist you and help you, I feel like that's when you're really going to start to notice where your current situation has been really key. is keeping you trapped and stuck, but it's also became a safety net. And I feel like that's when a lot of the past wounding is going to come up. So just be aware of that. Keep in your mind just to be flexible, to approach things from a new way of being. And we'll do the birthday wish at the end. But let's see what else comes up. I wrote down 3 questions I want to look at. What area in your life needs more structure? And I feel like these questions might shed more light on this situation here too. So let's ask, what area in life needs more structure? What area of life needs more structure for Virgo? Looking at Virgo. And if you wouldn't mind liking this video, if you like it, subscribing if you haven't, I would really appreciate it. Would love to grow this channel a little more. Mending. Okay, so we got the card Mending. It's card number 52. Mending. I do feel like this is tied into this situation up here. So what area of life needs more structure? Where does Virgo need more structure? What needs mending? We're going to pull 3 cards here for extra clarity for Virgo. What needs mending? This is an area of life that needs more structure. Repairing the cracks in the foundation. Oh, here we go. So what area of life needs more structure? This feels more like, so we've got Temperance, we've got the 10 of Pentacles. So this is going to be with family, family traditions, routine. This does feel more like with close relationships. So this could be with close friendships and family relationships. So we have the 5 of Cups, which talks about a lot of grief, loss, disappointment. There could be some regret here. I feel like this is part of the past that you're holding on to. This could also be a grudge that you're holding on to, a grudge with family, close friends. These are going to be people that have been in your life for a long time. This isn't, you know, these are probably, well, I'm hearing these old toxic relationships. So, but this is family. So mending within the family, looking at grief, loss, and disappointment. But we're mending this. We're coming to a new awareness, I feel like, is coming in here. And we have the Temperance card in reverse. Temperance in reverse speaks of conflict, impatience, pushing your agenda, or someone else pushing their agenda, but it's very much, you know, like the butting heads type of an energy. So there is a need to mend this. So Virgo, because you're watching this reading, I'm going to say this healing is going to have to start with you and come from you. If you're waiting for this other person or people to take the first step, I don't see that happening. But what I do really love here is we have the 10 of Pentacles, which speaks of not necessarily happy-go-lucky family relationships, but there's definitely stability, there's growth, there's healing here. So there is resolution here. And so I really do, I like that we have the 10 of Pentacles here. I'm also hearing the need for acceptance for what is, letting go of the old stories, letting go of the past, letting go of the past hurt so that you can move forward. And that, I mean, that can be kind of a tough, it's not an easy thing to heal from, but it is 100% possible. However, you might not, the way that you're wanting it to unfold might not be the way it unfolds. So the more flexible you can be, the more tolerant you can be, and the more open to seeing that situation from a different perspective would be really helpful. I would call in your guides and angels for support. Ask the universe for support, and just keep in mind that spirit can't help us if we don't ask. They cannot infringe on our free will unless you're about to die and it's not your time. So now let's look at how can I take better care of my physical and mental health? How can Virgo take better care of their physical and mental health? Thinker, card number 44. I feel like for you this is overthinking. And it's almost like just going over the same problems over and over and over again. So thinker, overthinking. So 3 cards looking at physical and mental health. How could Virgo take better care of their physical and mental health? So because we have the thinker card here, we're speaking about mind. I'm going to say this is looking at mental health. How can Virgo take better care of their mental health? I'm hearing look for joy. Find the happy pockets in life. I love that. Find the happy pockets in life. We have the moon in reverse. We have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 4 of Wands in reverse. I feel like this is a lot of conflict and worrying about things that might not happen, may never happen. It's a lot of fearful thinking. It's really getting stuck in your mind on, thinking about things that may or may not ever happen. This is just a lot of negative self-talk, a lot of negative thinking. This could also be a lot of like victim type energy. So going over and over in your mind on how maybe the world has done you wrong, or how someone has done you wrong, or how things haven't been fair. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a need to find, well, I'm going to say to find the happy pockets in your life. Put your focus elsewhere, because this is just a loop, a negative loop of thinking. So challenge yourself when you're noticing that you're doing that, and you might not even notice how often you're getting stuck in these negative loops. But start asking yourself throughout the day, what am I thinking about, or how am I feeling? And just notice it. Don't go into any stories or anything, but just notice it. Notice what's going on, and then start to shift that. And if you need to do that by physical movement, by journaling, writing, do something to get out of your head and do something to break up that negative loop. We have the 4 of Wands here in reverse, and this is really wanting, this is the desire to have, like a homecoming, to be reunited, the happy home. You know, it's the desire, the want for that. But there's a lot of insecurity here with the 4 of Wands in reverse. And again, if you're waiting for someone else to take the first step, or if you're waiting for someone else to say they're sorry, or you're waiting for someone else to make things right, I mean, you could be waiting a very long time. So don't do that. Create that life for yourself now. Create that happy home for yourself now. And I know that's easier said than done, but you can do it. You totally can do it. And this might even be a need to seek counseling, or surround yourself with happy people. Surround yourself with people that aren't afraid to call you out on things. I'll say that too. Okay, so Virgo, what are you not seeing? What is Virgo not seeing? This could maybe go along with this moon card too. What is Virgo not seeing? What is Virgo not seeing? What I'm feeling here is that you may not even notice how many negative people you have around you, or how many people you have, because Virgos are very much, they love to be in service to other people. So you may not notice how many people you've attracted into your life that are takers. They're not really givers. They don't really help you. They're not really there for you when you're down, but you're always there for them. So that could be a part of this too. What is Virgo not seeing? Yeah, the card says go the distance. These are smaller cards. Card number 47, but you have a cheetah sprinting to the finish line, go the distance. And I feel like this is what I was talking about. You go the distance for others, but you might not even notice that it's not reciprocated. So perhaps the shift could be you going the distance for yourself, you making yourself a priority, for the rest of the year, making you a priority. Because there's definitely up here in these top cards, there is an energy of you doing a lot for someone, for at least one other person, but it could be several other people. But this is what you're not seeing. So go the distance. 3 cards. What is Virgo not seeing? It's almost like a need to rebuild your foundations, rebuild your structure. Whoops. We had the 6 of Wands there, but I don't want the whole stack. 3 cards, please. What is Virgo not seeing? That's interesting. You might not be seeing that you have too much on your plate, or you've taken on too much, and now you're afraid to say no, or to take things off your plate, because you feel like since you've taken it on, you need to see it through. But that might not be true. If you were to put yourself first, like we got the Strength card, similar energy there. If you were to put yourself first, what would you have to take off your plate? And is that something that you could say no to? So we have the Strength card in the traditional tarot deck. That there would be a lion on this card. So I think it's interesting that we have a cheetah and we have a lion. But the Strength card, this is you not realizing all of the things that you have overcome, all of the trauma and hardships, and you've done a lot of healing. You've come a long way. I don't think you fully realize that, and I don't think you fully realize what an emotional toll that has taken. And instead of giving yourself the time to rest and recover, you're just continually adding to your plate. I also feel like with this go the distance, it's almost like a time for you to go solo for a while. I'm not saying if you're in a relationship to get divorced. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this is, again, making yourself a priority. So if you were to be very selfish and structure your life around you, a day around you, what would that look like? That might be a good way to kind of look at this. We've got the star in reverse. I feel like this is representing your energy, Virgo, the need to make a wish for yourself, put yourself first instead of putting yourself last. The star also, for me, speaks to health, physical health. So you might not be noticing the toll that the negativity and the exhaustion is taking on you. But this is also, you know, broken dreams, loss of faith. I just really feel like, Virgo, you guys just need a reset. Really take time to look at things differently. You have a lot of major arcana cards here too, so that also gives me the I feel like the universe is trying to really help you. The universe is always trying to help us, but I feel like the universe is really trying to put things in place to shift things for you. But there's the need to be open to it and to be flexible because we have free will, and you know, spirit can't interfere with free will. We have the Emperor card here. And this is you taking the lead in your life, being the leader of you, being the boss of you, being in charge of you, taking back your power, being in charge of how your life is going and not being at the whim of everyone else. So definitely a lot of messages here. Yeah, just sending you a lot of love, sending all the Virgos a lot of love. I do feel like there's a lot of challenging energies here for you, but you know, I feel like you guys have done like some of the hardest work. So give yourself a moment to breathe, you know, even from now until the end of the year, just be really selfish. You know, there's nothing wrong with being very selfish and putting yourself first. Just doing that could really shift some things for you. And you might even, I hate saying this, but the word leeches just came to my mind. If you started being more selfish with your time and energy, I feel like a lot of these negative energies, these leeches, would fall away. Yeah, so let's look at the birthday wish that Spirit has for you. The card says Loyal Heart. It's card number 35. I love that, Loyal Heart. Let's see what it says in the book about this one. I love that there's owls on there. So, you know, I feel like discernment, definitely. We have the energy of 8, which can be a little bit of a tricky energy. 8's ruled by Saturn, but this in the color therapy. I would work with the color purple, violet. The violet ray is really great at transmuting heavy frequency, dense frequency. It's wonderful for opening up your crown chakra, for getting intuitive messages, for discernment. And it's also really good at breaking up stagnation and bringing in change. And I feel like that's what is being asked here of you, is definitely to make a change. So let's see. Loyal Heart is on page 126. Let's see what it says about Loyal Heart. The essential meanings, it says, is fidelity, loyalty, and devotion. And I feel like this is devoting to yourself. It's also talking about goals as well. Do you have goals? Do you have something that you're working towards that's just for you, or is everything that you are doing for someone else? I would say look at your goals. What are you doing that's just for you? Again, this is putting the focus back on you, Virgo. So that is the birthday wish to all of the Virgos out there. Dedicate your life to you. Have dedication to yourself. Put yourself first and know that you are divinely guided, loved and held, and you're surrounded with tons of loving energy and loving beings that are there to help and support you. So be open to that as well. All right, Virgo, Have a wonderful Virgo season. Happy birthday. If you'd like a one-on-one, my info is below, and we'll talk to you soon.